It's called Advanced Answering Techniques. So it is 3 professional people explaining to other people how to answer different questions, a multiple variety of questions. Advanced Answering Techniques.
Hello and welcome to Advanced Answering Techniques. I'm one of your hosts, Josh. Guys, I was toying around with this idea. The podcast is kind of like a prison.
Ooh.
Do you think that's true? If the podcast is like a prison, what are the prisoners?
The listeners.
Nope.
Can't be the listeners.
It can't be the listeners.
Okay. No, we don't want to we don't want
They-
the listeners to feel that way, right?
Well,
Right.
they do seem to come and go as they please.
Yeah.
Mainly
There's some
go.
fluctuation. It's kind of this is a prison with a pretty open door policy.
Right.
It's
So that's not
work
really it.
work release.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Strong
They just-
work release.
Come in on the weekend.
I think the
Minimum
prisoners
security.
are laughs,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
We're trying to keep all the laughs in the podcast.
Okay.
If something happens and there aren't the laughs that should be there,
Right.
that means the laughs have escaped.
The laughs have escaped, and we're gonna. If we don't get enough laughs,
Right.
then this stops.
Right. It doesn't
There's
work
no
anymore.
reason to have this
Right,
anymore.
right,
The
right.
warden or whoever owns.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm the warden.
Okay.
Josh is
Yeah.
a warden. Okay.
Yeah. The whoever is above the warden who
Yeah.
owns the prison.
Yeah.
The
I'm the owner operator.
Oh, okay. It's a
Warden.
family business.
It's kind of like McDonald's franchising stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to buy the licensing for the prison and
Right.
and
I mean,
everything.
I'm getting a little worried
Yeah.
about having a prison,
Okay.
this being a prison,
Yeah.
and then what Gabe's role will be.
You're way ahead. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but you are way ahead.
I'm sorry. I
No,
should've
that's okay.
let
Hey,
you
listen. No, I think it's great.
lead
Do
into
you
it.
want to know what? And this is up for debate, but I think your role. I think
Yeah.
I have an idea of what your role in the prison is,
Okay.
which is you're the librarian that goes around with
Cart.
the cart of books.
Yeah.
hands books out.
To the laughs.
Right.
Because these are some smart laughs.
We want them
Yes.
to be
educated.
we want the laughs to have like the fullest expression of themselves that they possibly can.
Yeah.
Right.
So they need to be educated.
Right.
Yeah.
And learn, maybe even argue themselves out of their sentence.
Maybe they
That,
can.
we wouldn't like that, but
Well, listen. There are if we. It's not that we don't want laughs to ever leave. We
Yeah.
believe in justice. So
Right.
when
Yes.
in rehabilitation,
Right.
we believe that incarceration is about rehabilitation.
yeah, a penitence,
Right.
the penitentiary, the penitent part.
Yes.
Once you learn to be penitent, and
Yeah.
then
You can be released on your own recognizance.
Yes.
I think that's the phrase.
Yeah.
So, do you think that's good? Or is there another role that you think is more accurate for you? I feel like you're teaching the laughs to be excellent.
I mean, I don't know if that's really what I'm doing.
Okay.
If I had to choose, I'd be the prison guard that puts laughs in.
You're admitting.
Like the
I
intake
admit-
officer.
yeah.
Intake
Yeah.
I don't
officer.
ever let laughs out. If there's a day when prisoners are
Yeah.
released,
That's your day off.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that part of the work.
Right.
That's what I'd hope.
Yes.
That's my hope. Sometimes
That's your
no one else
aspiring.
is available, and I do have to fill that role, but I do it begrudgingly
Right.
and make it take as long as possible.
Yeah. Did I not make it clear that this prison is short staffed?
right. Right.
Right.
Prison is very short staffed. Gabe, I think you are the head of security for the prison.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And I think that you're trying to prevent laughs from escaping. That's your single goal. And ironically, you're discouraging tunneling.
Oh.
Playing a bit against type
Are you?
But do you know how you're doing it?
by making sure that there's tunnels under everything, keeping an eye on things below ground,
Right.
digging tunnels, and yeah.
That way you can get from one cell block to the other quickly.
Right.
Short staffed.
Right.
We can't, you You're in discouraging tunneling and escape efforts by
Right.
making the prisoners, these laughs, believe that you are omnipresent.
Right.
Sure.
You can at least bilocate. He's over here. Bloop, he's
Yep.
over here.
Yep.
In
And-
a blink of
and
an
if
eye.
And
you're
also, if you
cons-
make the tunnels,
Yeah.
then you know where they are.
Exactly. You know where
They're
they
not going to
lead.
make more tunnels.
That's the primary thing, is that none of the tunnels lead out of the prison. That because I can
Yeah.
come and go as I please,
Right.
Right.
As a
well,
as
you
an
did.
officer.
You might
Yeah.
make one just if you want to get home quick. You might make one
Yeah.
that goes out.
Though there's one that goes right to my at-home kitchen,
Okay.
so I can go get a snack if I
Yes.
need to. Just
Different.
getting built up a mighty hunger digging underground for hours on end.
Yeah.
And making sure that the security of the
Managing security.
is
So you are
Up to snuff.
constructing these tunnels
Yeah.
as well as keeping an eye.
Keeping an eye on everything.
We're short-staffed.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
got- we
Yeah.
gotta-
Everybody's got to wear a couple hats.
both
Yeah.
caps.
You got to wear a miner's helmet.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And a guard.
And a
hat.
guard hat.
Yes.
a riot helmet.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Not all the time. You don't want to encourage riots by wearing riot gear
Right.
around.
In no way. Guys, anything interesting going on in your lives?
Yeah, I mean, last night I was watching a film with my wife, and we were sitting on our couch, the back of which is against a wall with two big windows in it, and all of a sudden we hear something flapping against the screen on the inside of the house, and we look, and there's a small bat has just appeared in our window on the inside side
Yeah, it's disconcerting.
of the screen. We have no idea how it got there.
yeah.
Yeah, we still don't know. There's no apparent way that it can be penetrated from the outside. So we just have to assume that he came from somewhere inside the house, I guess.
Yeah.
We have no idea. But my wife is now living in terror that we have a bat's nest in our house.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to track it down. Haven't looked extensively though, but we did manage to get the bat out.
Yeah.
And before this, it had come to my attention that some of our neighbors were having a party in our yard, in the backyard of the apartment building. And
Did you say bat yard or backyard?
in the backyard? Sorry.
Okay.
Or yeah, backyard. I mean, that would
That
be.
would be kind of, I mean, yeah. Why would
And-
we be having this discussion about where these bats came from if you have a bat yard?
Yeah, that's true. That's where I should have checked first. Where did he come from? But I, when this happened and it became clear that it was going to be a bit of an ordeal to get this bat free, I immediately thought, man, I sure hope the party keeps going and nobody has to see us dealing with this. But of course, almost as soon as the bat got stuck in our window, people started leaving the party, and we ended up with an audience watching us. We don't know how to deal with this. We don't have any expertise in this particular area, but they were
Watch
watching
you
us
punt the bat out of your.
and then I became very concerned that people were going to be, judgmental of how we were handling it, and maybe
That
the
they're
way
all that they're all some kind of bat expert.
exactly
Yeah.
that they're animal rights activists
Oh,
or
I
something
see, I
like
see.
that
Yeah.
too. That was a concern, but they all seemed to be pretty much on board with the shaking of the screen that we were doing. We opened the window a little bit, slid some cardboard in to create a chamber
Yeah.
to kind of contain the bat while we could access the screen release things, push that out, and then. But by this time, the bat had exerted himself to the point of he was just completely still.
Right.
He was crawling
The little
up.
fellow's all tuckered out.
yeah.
He absolutely was. He was crawling up to the top of the screen, and then literally got to the edge of the screen, had one leg hanging out into the free air that he could have gone to enjoy himself, but he just sat there for 10 minutes, and I watched him like
Yeah.
hyperventilating essentially. And then slowly he eased up, and eventually he did make his way out of the window. But it was
What
harrowing.
a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. And what a
Do you think
the phrase you used there, exerted himself to stillness.
Yeah, he was completely still. I think it was just an effect of shock and exertion.
Yeah.
He was terrified little guy.
Not a very good bat. Echolocation maybe off.
Well, that's what I was.
Screen
The
maybe
screen
messing up a
just
bat's-
probably doesn't help with that at all.
Yeah.
It's like there is a way through this.
and
There's
I-
a bunch of little ways through this.
Yes, right. Yeah, there's
Or maybe
a
it
million.
even seems like a whole cloud of mosquitoes.
Something
to
like
go
that.
eat.
He didn't try to eat the screen. So
He wasn't
I don't know.
eating the
No, he
screen?
wasn't trying to eat the screen. But
Okay, let me retract. my
Okay,
previous- I don't think that's what he thought it was.
Yeah.
But I did have a moment where, of course, when something like this happens, you got to take a picture.
Yeah.
And so I opened my phone and I was like, I need to make sure the flash is off so that I don't frighten him. And then I realized the silliness of that thought because Bat's blind. He's not gonna be able to see the flash.
Even the
Yeah.
brightest of flashes.
Are they completely blind?
I don't think they're completely blind.
It didn't seem to bother him though when I took a flash photo
Okay.
to show my daughter when she woke up this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, she wasn't that impressed.
Do you
Yeah.
think that, like, speaking of people being judgmental, I think we should support an app that people can use to put in their judgments.
Okay,
And so if you have a crowd of people watching you do something,
Yeah.
they can all momentarily kind of like put in their number.
Mm-hmm.
This is 5 out of 10, and they can hold it up
Okay.
out there, so you can just get an idea of what people
and
are
that
thinking.
that will sort of determine your next move
So
potentially.
it's kind of like a panel of swimming or
Right.
diving
Yes.
judges.
Yeah.
Swimming
They're-
and diving.
Swimming and diving.
It would be
Right.
bad if they didn't do any swimming.
No,
Yeah. No, it was a great dive. Somebody needs to get in there and save him.
this guy can't swim.
He's been working on the diving
I
part.
guess you're not judging this one. What,
Yeah.
what if you could dive like all get out?
Yeah.
Right.
Get a 10, and then you're just like flailing around in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you were a gymnast
Yeah.
and you stuck the landing,
Oh,
but then
man.
you walked away.
you just roll. You were rolled head over heel, like made yourself into a wheel and
Yeah.
rolled away.
Yeah, you just kind of crumpled down to your knees and
Yeah. Or you stick the landing and then you like do a whole huge thing.
yeah,
Like what gymnasts do.
yeah.
Right.
All that stuff they do. And you stick the landing and then you collapse into your wheelchair.
I'd probably stick the landing and then pick out the big wedgie from that suit that you have to wear.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like
It's the only thing I'd be thinking about the
right,
whole time.
exactly. Let me just do a perfect 10 dismount here and pick out this huge wedgie from my butt.
That's the reward for me.
Absolutely.
I like the process of doing gymnastics.
Yeah.
Do all this effort to get the wedgie.
Right.
And then when you're done, you can get rid of the
Ah,
wedgie.
the relief.
That's the kind of
Phew.
Pavlovian
Yeah, right.
thing
There's-
for me.
Yeah.
Get rid of that wedgie.
I mean, so yeah, we went swimming this weekend, took my kids to the pool. We've never really been to the pool with our kids at swimming time, just lesson time.
Okay.
So we decided to go at swimming time.
Wow.
And
Let me just say, I no idea where this story is headed, but I have a feeling that you're in for it because the pool is
it's something else. There's it's a whole
quite a
different
place.
culture, whole different thing. I go there, it costs around $30 some to go for a day with my whole family. We get in and I'm playing with the kids and I'm like, I take my second to youngest son. He's almost 4, and we're going up on this little like play structure, and we're gonna go slide down it, and I'm gonna help him slide down it. And the lifeguard sees me, blows her whistle, says, "No, you can't go down the slide with your son." And I just because I'm like, I don't know, I've just been getting my kids ready. We do this whole thing. It's really chaotic. I am not happy.
No, I'm never happy with the lifeguard's instructions.
I go, come on. I like do this like young woman. She's like a teenager, and
Yeah.
I feel bad. And she just looks at me like she just looks down and like looks away. Like she's embarrassed about her authority. I felt bad that I got upset, but I didn't say anything to her after that.
But you wrote her a letter of apology.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't placed it over
No.
there yet.
No.
But then we get down from there, and then we hear a big whistle, and everyone just starts evacuating the pool. This is 5 minutes after we've gotten to the pool to go swimming.
Yeah.
Everyone just leaves the pool.
Yeah.
So within 10 minutes of being there, I spent $30. We all get in. We find a spot. I get a whistle blown at me.
Yep. It's
And
an
then
action-packed 10 minutes.
Everyone is forced to leave the pool. The very reason we just spent money to come here.
Right.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was after that. It was fine.
Why did everyone have to leave the pool?
They just do this. It's like the lifeguard change. Or
Oh,
they get a
yeah,
break.
they have a
or
break.
Make sure there's no kids just floating in the pool.
That they haven't been able to identify.
Yeah.
That everybody's been ignoring.
Everyone's just bumping this floating child around in the pool. They're like, oh, it's someone else's kid, I guess.
Not my
I don't
problem.
recognize those trunks.
Guess this one will just have to wait till the lifeguard break.
So I guess that's sort of the idea there. Clear out. Let's see if there's any people or other things floating
Casualty
in the pool.
break.
Yeah. Yes.
Got to count.
Yep. So that was it was.
Did you get a refund?
No, because
okay.
This is just something they do.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't take forever, but I was just so confused. I was just like, the culture here, this is insane.
Yeah.
Everyone is just fine with it. And then as we were waiting there, we're just waiting to go back in. Everyone's been told to get out. And some new people show up, and they just start heading right to the pool and getting in the pool.
They're like, these idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a perfectly good pool.
What the world? Okay, no one's in the pool. I guess we'll go use the pool. And so they're just starting to use the pool, and I didn't say anything. No one said anything. We just let
But they
them
just
do it.
jumped in.
And the lifeguards weren't there because they were on break, which I was like, okay, this is kind of a loophole.
Yeah.
We can honestly all wait for the lifeguards to leave, get back in the pool.
Sounds like these people have been to the pool before. They're like, we know when to
go. So, the pool it's funny. I really love the pool.
Oh, yeah.
I love water. I love swimming.
That's got to be
crazy.
the main thing about the pool.
The water.
Is the water.
Yep, it's one of the main things.
Yeah.
They have this pool is insane that we have here for being able to use it for so little time of the year.
Yeah.
It's a pretty extravagant pool. And
got a lazy river.
You got a lazy river. You got these amazing water slides. I went down the water slide once, and I'll tell you what.
I heard you did, or I heard you tried to.
So this was the different slide. This is
okay.
a big slide that a man is
I was
allowed
talking
to
a
go
lifeguard, and I heard all about it.
Oh, nice. But I went down it, and boy, I had a really great time going down this water slide.
Did you?
I was amazed at how much fun I had.
That's great.
It was no float. You can wait for a floaty is one of the slides. You can take like an inflatable thing down the slide, and that's the only way you can go down with two people. So my daughter wanted to go down with me. I was like, we're not waiting for this floaty.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back around and just go down by ourselves with our own bodies one at a time.
The floaties God gave us.
Yes, exactly. So went down. It's pretty wild because right at first it's completely dark. You're just being shot through this tunnel and you don't know what's going on. And then it opens up.
I think that's part of what makes it so much fun.
It was so
is that
fun.
It starts off so terrifying.
It's great. I really enjoyed it. I would have done it a lot if my dang kids hadn't been there.
Yeah.
I felt like Napoleon in
Bill and
Bill and
Ted's
Ted's
Excellent
Yeah,
Adventure.
I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Totally
At
get it.
Waterloo.
Yes.
That's his Waterloo.
I love
that. I think the only way you get a refund at the pool is if your kids is one of the casualties.
Yeah. Yep. You definitely get a refund. You get a
I think, but you got to make sure in all the ensuing chaos.
Yep.
You've got to make sure that you ask for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You want to get that back. I mean, you're looking at some pretty hefty bills.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else on that.
Gabe seems like he didn't like that very much.
Trying to
refund.
cut the loss of losing your child.
I can't say that I enjoyed that terribly.
I mean, is there anything that we could do to make you like it?
Yeah. Yeah, let's figure this out.
Maybe if it wasn't a kid, it was a dog.
The idea, well, you can't bring dogs to this pool.
Yeah, that's not a lot. That's just not realistic.
Yeah.
You can't bring dogs to this pool, but you
No.
can bring your kid and let your kid die at this pool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can. I guess you can let that happen.
It seems like they have a whole mechanism
Was your
built
problem
in to kind
let's
of deal with
figure
this.
out what
And-
Gabe's problem with it was? Like, was it that you said it was a child, but then we were talking about the practical side of like you do want to get some money back, like you're gonna make us pay to accidentally kill our kid. You
Well,
know?
and to me, that's phrasing it in a way that now I don't like it.
Right,
either.
right.
So now,
okay, but that's I'm just
so
exploring.
I'm starting
that,
to see Gabe's point.
Okay.
that you don't want to
I
talk about
feel
this
supported.
anymore. Maybe people listening, write in and let us know if there's any way that we could this could be funny to you.
Yeah, that's a question that we have for you. Sometimes
Yeah.
that happens. We have questions for the listeners.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I should say this. We don't have all the answers.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we don't
Walk
have
that
them
back.
all right away.
We don't have them all immediately.
Well, we don't have all the
Yes.
answers because we don't have all the questions yet.
That's right.
True.
But sometimes, so how does it work when we do have questions? Maybe we're just exercising our curiosity.
I mean-
about the kind of silly things that other people might suggest to us. Maybe
Right.
it's kind of just fun for us to see what happens when somebody else tries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can get so stuck and so kind of get tunnel vision
Right.
when you're doing this. You need to branch out and
Yeah.
see how other people are doing things.
Yeah.
And that helps you improve what you're doing.
Yeah.
As much as it can.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're gonna see like huge gains through that, but and it also helps you understand why you are in the position you're in, why you do this,
Yep.
and other people don't.
Yep. It really is a shot in the arm of hope,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
and not in the arm of hope.
No.
Not
It's a
hope,
shot
sorry.
of hope in the arm.
Shot of hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And boy, do I like how hope makes me feel. Cold arm right at first, but then the warm sensation.
Always looking for my next shot of hope. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding this weekend. Actually, this is kind of interesting. It was kind of it was a relation of someone who's
Yeah.
frequently incorporated into the podcast,
Yes.
even today. And I was really pleased because the food served at the wedding was banh mi sandwiches.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And that means good me.
If you just transliterate it directly into French, I think it does.
Yeah. Well, and it's actually good meat because it's French. They
Yeah.
don't say the last few letters, so
Okay.
it's bon mi.
Banh
Good
mi.
meat.
Yeah. And and so I
Some
was
good meat sandwiches.
good meat sandwiches.
I mean, it really puts it on other sandwiches too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we failed to say
Right.
that our meat's good. So
Right.
now
Whoops.
now it's in
Yeah.
question. Oh, this is just a sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay. Regular meat, bad meat?
Bon fromage
Yeah.
sandwich.
Yes.
Made decent meat
Cheese.
sandwiches today.
So there was such an abundance of these sandwiches
Oh, yeah.
that I was able to eat. Do you?
I want to know the
it was
real
12
number.
halves.
Okay.
Wow.
You ate six
Six
whole
sandwiches.
Six
sandwiches?
whole sandwiches. There were so many of them
Oh, yes.
that I felt. But then it was. I did kind of get to the. There were still so many left over, even after I'd done what I felt was my part.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit of an Alexander weeping for he had no worlds left. Except there were so many worlds for me to conquer, but I
was
just
just
felt
too
that there
full.
was no way to do it.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't why you were crying.
Right.
You were
Maybe you
crying
were crying from something else.
because you couldn't. Those
Yeah.
sandwiches were going unhoused.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really hard to watch. So.
It's like homeless. Yeah, sandwiches that are just sitting out. They're homeless sandwiches.
Yes.
It seems so sad to me.
Yeah, that no one will eat these.
The same way that when I'm looking at a homeless man,
Yeah, that no one will eat him.
I wish that someone. I wish this wasn't such a cruel world.
we should all come together as a community and give
eat
this
the
man a home.
homeless.
Which I mean,
That's
Eat
one
him.
way to do it. Silent green, silent.
It seems like a modest proposal, like a very Swiftian kind of satirical
Yeah,
suggestion.
people so concerned about global warming and beef.
Yep.
Let's have some. McDonald's just makes human human burgers.
Yep.
People are bad. They're a blight on the earth.
yeah.
We just round up the homeless. I said ground up
I don't
the
know that we
homeless.
see. I think we should keep. Yep.
Round up and ground up. That could be the motto.
Ground. So hold
Round
on.
up and ground up.
Round up and it's
A roundup's not a great thing to,
Yeah.
to
no. It's
align
gonna
yourself
be,
with.
It's going to be
but-
tough. And I think that I'm not sure.
And I'm imagining
I'm not
some.
sure, Caleb. Can you wait a second?
Yeah, come on.
The I'm not sure that we want corporate America involved in this. They've made such a hash of everything else.
Yeah.
I think we should keep
We
it
should
local.
really keep this private. Yeah, local,
local, kind of
man
small.
meat. Yeah.
Small is beautiful.
I did have
Mom
this
and pop
thought, though.
shops that are
I did have this thought,
grinding
though.
homeless
This
people into
image.
bond meat, good meat sandwiches.
I had
Well,
this
let's be
image
honest,
though
decent meat
Yeah,
sandwiches.
decent. Fine.
of Ronald McDonald on a horse with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And he's kind of just there, and it's like a callback to what the West was,
Right.
And he's just kind of running these
Yep.
homeless people
Yep.
into some kind of pen or
Yep.
something.
Lassoing stragglers.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to keep the herd together during a storm.
Yep. They're all spooked.
They're all. Yeah.
don't let them stampede.
No. I've got
Yeah.
plenty of trash bags for all of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it might be a better way to live, honestly, if you could live in especially if we're talking about local kind of food and like
Right.
cows. Some cows live better than homeless people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's kind of like bees, how like if you eat honey that's like local to you and you deal with allergies, sometimes eating
yeah.
raw honey can assist with those allergies. I think the same thing is true with if you're eating homeless
Homeless
people.
people.
Yeah, from your region.
Exactly.
You
Yep,
wanna,
yeah. You want it to be a regional
wanna
thing
have-
to maximize the benefits.
Yeah, that's
from
why
the meat.
that's why I'm against sort of some of the shipping homeless people
Yeah, going like what?
Yeah,
from one area to
Yeah.
another.
Yeah, and these GMO homeless guys
Oh,
too. That's
yeah.
another concern.
Well, I mean, look, I think that's just going to be a concern across the board. Is that there's gonna be drugs in this meat?
Right. That's true.
Like that's not you don't get to make that decision.
Right.
yeah.
These are like cows who could make decisions for themselves for a time.
Yeah.
And these cows love drugs.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So after I had kind of gotten my I thought it was kind of a numerologically significant
I agree.
number, too. And after I had done that, I then it was getting late, and Joy asked if we could help break down some tables. She was heading some things up, a family wedding. So, and I just said, I don't think I can. And honestly, it was a lot of sandwiches, so I really felt that I couldn't.
So it's kind of like this
it
for
was-
you. The wedding
Yeah.
reception was like this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had to skedaddle. I had
Well,
to eat and leave.
And you
Yeah.
felt that you had already done your part to help out with the wedding
I
by
was
eating 12 sandwiches.
Trying. I was doing everything I could.
And then when you went to the bathroom later, this is sort of what it sounded like. That's just
I hate.
unzipping.
Shut up! I hate everything about that. I don't like it.
Just it was so your gut was so expansive.
I mean,
That the
you don't have
zipper-
to explain it.
Oh, I thought you were making reference to the fact that they had a 2-story bathroom tent at
Oh,
the,
yeah.
on the premises.
Well,
at
yeah,
the
just
wedding.
if you want, if you want it to go a little farther.
Yeah. I don't like anything about it. I don't like the bit. I don't
Okay.
like the sound effect.
So how did
can
you
take it out.
navigate the situation
You
of
can take it out.
refusing to help?
I just left. I drive down the road. Who should I see waving me down, quarter mile down the road? Jacob Dylan of the Wallflowers.
Oh, whoa.
And I was able to finally tell him how much his songs mean to me, especially a particular one, because one time I had a car with one headlight.
Oh, yeah.
You know his song, One Headlight.
I don't.
You don't know that?
I don't know it.
Before
no.
your time.
Yeah.
But he asked me. Apparently, they just had a kind of pig roast thing, and they were finishing up. And he asked me if I could help him take down some tables.
Wow.
And I was so starstruck by Jacob Dylan. Still, you can hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
And so I said yes, of course.
Oh, you did.
And I start helping, and within minutes, I hear a voice from the road. How's your ankle? How are you feeling? How's your ankle? Because I had also said that the eating so much it made my ankle hurt, act up again.
Yeah.
And it was Joy, and she explained everything to Jacob, and that made Jacob so mad. He's just so injustice,
Right.
just kind of really gets to him, and he grabbed me and dragged me to a kiddie pool full of lukewarm water and sort of a few extraneous beer bottles floating there. And he submerged me, he held me under. But Joy, she is so kind and helpful that she stopped Jacob Dylan from drowning me.
Okay. Wow.
So,
Thank you, Joy.
yeah.
I'm
I
sorry
really
about that
appreciate it.
siren. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to find a good one, and that's
did.
not what I meant.
She did kind of wait, like she did let it play out a little bit. She wasn't immediate, but
Right.
That was probably just to see for her to see how far Jacob was
Right.
going to,
Was gonna go.
She probably had a threshold in mind and was like,
it seemed very clear.
"Let's
That she was like, "That's
Oh, okay, that's enough. He's
That's-
had enough.
Yeah,
that's enough."
he's paid for
Yeah,
his refusal.
but we do have a question from Joy, and I'll play it for you now.
I saw something at my son's grappling practices that was off-putting to me, which was a dad like giving a talk to his son about not obeying him right away when it was time to get off the mats, and it was awkward to me because he kept looking. He looked over at the coach to see if the coach was watching him, like tell his son what to do, because I think there's an intimidation there of the dads watching with this coach who the kids obey him instantly. They don't think twice. And I was kind of petty about it, and so I have this competition with this particular dad where every time I go, I told the kids, if you just see me, that means you get your shoes on, you get off the mats, get your shoes on, get in the car, and you'll have a treat when we get home after you do that. And in my mind, I've been beating this dad for no particular reason. And I guess my question is it a character flaw to be late all the time?
I love this.
Yeah,
question
I do too.
because I love the surprise. At the end.
At the end. Yeah.
I didn't know where we were headed.
Yeah, I thought it would definitely be about something else. Also, a little tilt toward Jacob Dylan's dad. Don't think twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good point.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
There's so much serendipity in the world if you'll just stop and
It's
pay
a rich
attention.
tapestry, and the same threads appear in various places.
I'd like to know what kind of moves Joy is doing to this dad that she's beating in her.
You think
in her mind.
Okay, so
for
that indicates to me that there's been a gross
that you have not
misunderstanding.
understood anything. From my story, even Joy outsources
Yes.
the violence.
The physical aspect. Yeah.
Jacob
What's that?
Dylan. She didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't. Try
She's
to
not
drown
beating
me.
him?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what's happening at all.
Okay.
She just means that she's.
Well, then what if
she's-
she was? What kind of moves do you think she'd do?
Okay, well, that's an extra question.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have time to deal with it at the end. I
Okay,
can tell
that's
already
true.
that we simply won't.
Yeah. It could be the case this time.
Yeah.
I think what Joy is saying, this isn't even part of the question, really. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This part doesn't really have anything to do with the question.
Right.
But we can
Most
still
of the
deal with
question.
it. We can still deal with it. But I think what she's saying is she sees this guy kind of dealing with with his kids in a certain way, instructing them that this is what obedience looks like. But Joy is programming into her kids an even more severe form of obedience.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right?
just see me.
Just see me.
Nonverbal.
Once
yeah.
you see that I'm here, you're on your way
Yeah.
out.
You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
There you
too.
go.
And so
Yeah.
she's got a treat.
And
you
it-
see me, it means let's go and get a treat.
It does sound like she's winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says that she is beating him. So it sounds
Yeah.
like this is working.
She's
yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
those are her kids later.
Yeah.
Is the guy
Getting a
homeless?
treat.
Well,
Oh,
this
just
homeless
to be
man
clear-
wants his homeless son to be good at grappling.
Yeah, he needs to be.
Yeah.
It's a
And
tough.
if he doesn't want to,
Otherwise, he might get rounded up.
yeah. City streets are tough anyway.
Yeah.
Then this whole
Yeah.
kind of brave new world.
McDonald's is out there.
yeah. Did you say make Donald's?
That's what you said earlier.
McDonald's, dude. Well, that's what they call these
Which
new
some of the-
sandwiches.
yeah.
They're called Donald's.
Some of those guys.
These new sandwiches are called Donald's.
They're very they do have standards. They're very strict.
They,
There are no Dons.
yeah.
No.
It's all Donalds.
They call
There's a
it,
kid's meal called Don's.
They call it
Yeah.
McDonald's because they make Donald's into sandwiches.
Yeah.
I think one of the best ways to get to Joy's actual question.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the best ways that you can make sure that you are not late. It's really just about planning, right? It's
Okay.
about having a plan. We've said it before. Failing to plan
Yeah.
is a plan
But
to
you
fail.
know.
Yeah.
It's a tricky
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
What's
has
that?
Well, just
It's sort of a
if you
a snake eating its own tail.
Yeah. If you don't make if you don't
Ouroboros. Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Yeah.
if you don't make a plan, or if
Yeah.
you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. That's
Right.
the
Yeah.
phrase. Which
Which I think we've made it more complicated. I think we've worded it slightly differently in the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Oh.
Well, because what I'm saying is, if you, I mean, I'm just repeating myself
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the previous episode, but
Which I love.
we can't get around
I
it
say
sometimes.
quoting yourself.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah.
repeat you.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so if you fail to make a plan, you're
Yeah.
planning to fail, but then you have already, by failing to make a plan, that is the plan to
Right.
fail.
Yeah.
So you've made a plan
right.
so you won't fail.
Yeah.
Which is one solid way to approach this. Like,
I guess it's sort of like a snake that was trying not to eat its own tail, but wanted to eat something's tail.
Right.
Bit a tail.
turns out.
Turns out.
It's my own tail.
It's my own tail. But they're like, actually, no, but I think this is a snake who is like, I don't care if I eat my own tail.
Yeah.
And then ends up eating its
Yeah.
own tail. It's like, I guess
Yeah.
that's just what happened.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I have no intention. Yeah, I'm not planning on eating any tails.
Right. Yeah. But so I think that is lower your standards. Be late.
Okay.
That's one. That's kind
Sure.
of. That's kind of
Yes.
where I take
Yeah.
the what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and don't plan, but make peace with the fact that you're going to be late. Say that's my plan.
But
my
the
plan is to be late.
question wasn't how do I not be late?
Right?
It's
Is
it a
this
character
flaw?
And
Oh.
I when I heard that question,
Yeah,
I
that's a good point.
immediately
That's a good
had the
point.
thought, it is literally Spider-Man's character flaw
Right.
in
Yes.
a lot of those stories.
Is that he's
he's
late.
always late,
He's always late.
Mm.
and he's got good reasons for being late.
Right.
A lot of the time, he's being heroic. He's saving people,
Yeah.
but he's still late. and it's still the character flaw that then
Yep.
drives, a wedge between him and Mary Jane or whoever, Gwen Stefani.
So,
you
but-
know.
Gwen
the-
Stefani,
yeah.
yeah. she's
Yeah, Gwen
Spider-Man.
Stefani.
Gwen Stacy.
No, it's Gwen
Gwen
Stefani.
He did. Oh man, I wish I could remember any Gwen Stefani
The
song.
Tragic
A-
Kingdom.
Well, I know.
A-
There's-
album.
there's-
Spider-Man is bananas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
B-N-A-N-A-S.
Oh, good.
This
good.
guy is
P-E-T-E-P-A-R-K-E-R.
Yeah, this guy is Peter Parker.
This guy is L-A-T-E. Where is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I thought of. That it is a character
This
flaw.
is a character flaw, but it's a character flaw that you share with a very great character.
great hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be
Yeah,
worse.
but it really only makes sense to be comparing yourself if you're doing Spider-Man type stuff.
Well, but so you're
That's
so
why
you're
you're
now you're
late.
denigrating like homemaking and childcare. It's not like you're saying, because that's clearly, listen, whenever, so let's say I'm in church of a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
A young family comes in. They are late to church.
Yeah.
They are
Uh-oh.
covered in
Not
children.
going to heaven.
That's not what I think.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
Caleb thinks. Not what I think. I think it's just a lengthy sentence in purgatory. They come in,
Yeah.
and I never think ill of them. I think, of course, they're late.
Yeah.
They have 4 children under 6 years old.
Right.
That's impossible to get ready to go to church on time and to be there.
But there are families there with that many kids that are
I
there
know,
on time.
but I'm saying, having been there, I don't view it as a character flaw.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a time of life thing here, and our characters should change over time, hopefully.
Hopefully there's growth.
Hopefully there's growth, and we don't just get stunted and become mental and moral midgets. We don't want that. But I think there is some part of that. Yeah, so is it just poor planning? Can you change your character? That's kind of the fundamental thing here. Is it just a character flaw, or is it what else could it be if
What
it's
else
not a
could it be?
character flaw?
Well, see, that's so character flaws. Can they be culturally defined? Because one thing I was thinking, I was actually just talking to Joy's boyfriend Steven
Oh yeah,
recently.
yeah,
Is that all right?
I think that's good.
yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right.
And
I mean, they're more than that, but that's
right,
a
right,
level
but they're at
of the
least
relationship.
they're
yeah.
at least that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you stop being a boyfriend?
I don't know if you ever truly if the relationship is working,
Right.
stop being a boyfriend.
Right.
Right.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah. The but and he was saying that based on his dad's experience in South America, that time for them, there's just no such thing as
Yeah.
as like late.
Right.
Things just happen when everybody ends up in the same place.
Yep.
So that is a character flaw that is culturally defined.
Yep.
My solution is move to South America.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where jujitsu,
Yeah.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, those classes can take, maybe an hour or, I don't know, 12 hours, depending on when everyone gets there.
Yeah.
And
You do not want to be first
Right.
to class.
Yes. Because you will not have a sparring partner.
Yeah. For
For
an
who
hour.
knows how
Yeah,
long.
who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is I agree. Like, I think there is, some of this. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I'm not even going to say what I was going to say because I just completely agree.
Oh, you just agree with that.
I want the Sampsons to move to South
South
America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You could go to Ecuador, Argentina.
I think that's pronounced equator.
Okay. You could go to the equator.
You could go to Chile.
Chile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mexico is not South America, though.
You're not allowed
That's
to go
Central.
to Mexico.
Central America.
It's actually North
close.
America. Mexico is part of North America.
Well, part of it is Central America, too.
Nope. I don't think so.
There's a little tail. It's a little section, they say. I mean,
They say.
there's a little section, they say, that it dips into
Oh, okay.
Central America.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I've
maybe that
been
might be the
disciplined very
case.
severely for even suggesting anything about my knowledge of Mexico, where Mexico actually fits.
Yeah.
So I'm not willing to weigh in on this.
Yeah.
It's a part of North America.
It's
I'm
part
not
of-
saying it's not a part of North America. I'm just saying that it touches Central America.
You're saying it
I
wants to
see.
be Central.
Yeah.
You're saying there's a little sliver
Yeah.
right
There's
at the
a sliver
tip.
where they go, okay, yeah, this is well, is this
Yeah. At a certain
Mexico
point,
or Central America?
at a certain point, it's just
I mean, and if you look at it, it really
philosophical.
is technically Central America. It's
Yeah.
right in there in the
Yeah.
center,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in the Americas, pretty much.
Yep. It depends on how big the center is, I suppose.
Yeah, if the center kind of extrapolates out, you
Yeah.
know, we're
Yeah.
Middle America.
Yeah, maybe we are. I don't think so. I think
We're squashed in between the different Americas.
that's true. We're not at the edges.
Geography is a fascinating thing.
Yeah. It's too bad that Joy didn't ask a question about geography.
Geography.
today.
Well, we're just trying to figure out where they should live.
And I mean, in living in our particular area, there's just not going to be a lot of flexibility
No.
about time.
Right.
Yeah, because they're going to have this class and it's only going to last so long and you got to be there for the class. They have other things they need to do.
Yep.
So they can't wait around with your kids.
Did you guys have other ideas about possible solutions? To me, the only thing that really came to mind is move to South America, where time doesn't matter. You won't be seen as a character defect.
Just make 0 commitments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Can't be
handy.
late to your own house if that's where you live and where you always stay.
And yeah, never make an appointment.
Never make an appointment.
Yeah. I mean, you could also trick yourself. You know, you could set all of your clocks fast
doesn't
in your
work.
house, and you could put it if you're scheduling something for 3:30
Yeah.
p.m. on a weekday on your calendar. You could write 3 p.m.
Yep.
It
so that you're
always
there.
that
know,
always
those sorts of things.
backfires because once you know you're doing it,
Well-
you go, it's not real. It doesn't matter.
Tell you what, Joy will come to your house
Yep.
and set all
I
your
was just
clocks
gonna
ahead.
say.
You won't know exactly how much by,
Ooh.
and you won't know when we start doing it.
And we're going to do it
Or which way.
or which way.
No. It does have to be ahead for it.
But
No,
some
no.
of them, but that's true for most of them, Gabe. But a couple,
Yeah.
we're going to go the other way.
Okay, we're gonna go so far the other way. She's so
Yeah.
late that she's
Or she's
early.
actually early.
Okay.
And we can work out some of the details, but I think
Yeah.
that we do need to have kind of free reign at the house.
But what about
Right.
the phone? The phone's going to be a problem, though. Because that's a big problem for me is it's like, we've
Yeah.
got all these clocks everywhere telling us what time it is, and then your phone really knows.
really
'Cause it's hooked
always
up-
knows.
Hooked up to the whole big wide web.
What if
which tells our phones
you just
what-
got
The
some
B-
like
the
electrical?
BWW.
Yeah,
the big
one.
entire web.
What if
big
you just got some electrical tape and put it over the place where the final digit of the time would appear, so that you know within like a 10-minute
Yeah.
Yeah.
range
I like that.
of like where
That's how we should
where
all
it
do
is.
time.
Yeah. Just kind of round down or what round.
I
Joy's
had
an
to-
optimist though, and I know which way that's going to round.
Yeah.
For Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. She'll
I
round
had
down.
to set my daughter's little digital clock. She has like a little.
Yeah.
It looks like a smartwatch, but it's just like a digital interface and it has one button
Uh-huh.
that you use to set everything. And it has
Everything.
way too much functionality for
Yeah.
one button.
Yeah.
And it hurts like the dickens
Yeah.
to press this button in. It's like the
Okay.
person made it so that it would hurt you to have to change it.
We are narrowing in on another solution from Caleb.
Yeah.
Which is smash your phone, get this watch.
Yes, get this watch. But I was like trying to set it just right. And it's a real bummer because it's really difficult. You have to press it in and hold it at different points.
Yeah.
You're pressing single
Right.
times and then you have to press it in
This-
and hold it. Hurts so bad.
sounds
and
awful.
it's so easy to go too far one
Yeah.
way or not far enough or
It's terrible.
skip around. And so you're pressing it a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got it within a minute. And my daughter, I was like, I'm not, this is as close as I'm getting. I'm done with this. It's useful enough for you. And my daughter was very obliging.
And
And
there's-
that's okay. She said, when I see it, I'll just think it's the next minute.
Smart.
So
Yeah. But there is, I mean, it's like every child has that moment where they realize that their parents are human,
Yeah.
They aren't perfect. They can't push the button the right number of times.
Another solution from
Yeah.
Caleb's story there is use your imagination.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, imagine. Well, I mean, then we don't have to come over and set all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
which
imagine.
honestly probably wouldn't work for us. We're pretty busy.
Right.
Well, hopefully we could. Yeah, I mean, if we set up this schedule, figure it out, make sure we could be there. I don't know, around the right time to set do all this stuff. When does she go? When does she take her child to this class, or pick him up?
I don't know.
Hope that helps, Joy. You can submit questions to us. You can send those to advancedansweringtechniques@gmail.com. We're looking for an audio file of some kind. Attach it, send it along. We'll give you definitive ironclad answers just like the one we gave Joy.
Anything else? Oh.
Is that what's that, Caleb?
Boom. Bo-ba-dum.
That's just
Boom,
like us,
boom,
you know,
boom,
clocking
boom.
out.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought it was the beginning.
Oh, I thought it
of
might be.
Pink Floyd.
You might have been reminding people they
Just
could
so you-
send a question that is money.
You could send a question that's money, right?
Yeah.
That'd be great. You know, then
Yeah.
this would mean something.
Yeah.
But it is us clocking out now. Now what we're doing, this is all free.
Yeah, I guess
We're
we're
not getting paid for this.
related to the question earlier is not being generous a character flaw? You know, that might be something to consider.
Yeah, being late and stingy with your money. I mean, we've given a ton of answers to a lot of people, but specifically to one person, and never received a single question.
To Joy's probably first, and then her boyfriend is maybe third.
Yeah.
Honestly, any kind of money.
Yeah. And just about any kind.
Any kind of money that has a decent
And
exchange
I would be
rate.
happy if we got South American money, because it would mean some character improvement.
If you guys send us South
Growth.
American money, we'll put it in a fund to move the Samsons to South America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or if I kind of thought what Caleb was saying is maybe if we got South American money, it would prove to us that the Sampsons had moved to South America.
Okay,
It
got
would
it.
have sent us some money.
That is what I was saying.
Okay,
Yeah, Josh
that's
has it right. Good job, Josh.
Josh got it right.
Yep. Correct answer gone.
Feels good to be right. Guys, thanks so much for doing the podcast with me.
Thanks for having us
Hey,
here,
yeah.
Josh, every week.
Bye.
Bye.
You think that I don't rate just because I'm always late. You say my only trait's that I'm always last through the gate. Well, you're right, I don't sweat each passing numero. But I'll be early to your funeral. Won't be late when you're lying in state. I won't be late when they're crying at your wake.